say that I should strive for more, but I'm so happy I can see the same things happening here today.
So Fight Factory Pro Wrestling had their episode 5 Irish Underground style happened at the Sean O'Casey, the Big Sean they call it now.
The Hot Sean it was.
Was the Hot Sean or Big Sean?
No, that's what it was on Friday. It was the Big Hot Sean.
Oh, nice.
Because it was roasted.
The Big Hot Sean.
It was roasted.
I can say that again. And it happened at the Grayso Matinee Community Centre.
Heal me off the chair by the end of it.
It was a class show. It was a great show. It wasn't just the heats, it was the wrestling that made it so warm, I suppose. So some really good matches. The first match was a Fight Factory Pro Wrestling Next Gen match, which I think this new initiative that they're trying to do now for up and coming wrestlers, between the flamboyant Fabio and Justin Daniels. Justin Daniels.
Redacted.
Are you still bitter about what you did to me?
Shouldn't have done that.
You told me off. If he told you off, I get your anger.
We're
but
a
it's
team,
okay.
Dave. We're a team.
I appreciate that. See what you did is Justin, when you came.
No one disrespects my Dave. No one.
He came up to
Not
me.
even Redacted will disrespect my Dave.
Yeah. So Dara took it personally when Justin came up to me and said, "Oh, you're from the Kickout. Nobody cares." I gave him a huge boo, and he thought it was you after that. So. Anyway, to be fair, this was a really good match. It's actually probably one of the best matches of the whole night for me.
Yeah.
Some really slick wrestling, some good...
These lads are 14 and 15.
Oh, God almighty.
It's we should have, the disgustingly young sort of...
The disgustingly young...
category.
Yeah. This is like the Fight Factory Pro Wrestling disgustingly young generation match.
Yeah.
But again, what I can compliment in particular, a really good suplex technique that Daniels had. Fabio, some really good movements. He knew how to move very well around the ring.
Yeah, the thing to say, he's not going to know anyway, because he doesn't like the podcast. He's not going to listen to it anyway. But
so if he encounters Fabio, he'll be telling them all this.
Yeah, just Daniel's heel mannerisms were just fantastic.
He's very good
throughout the whole thing.
Both of them sold very well as well. In the end, it was Fabio who won the match after an impressive rolling cutter where he did a tumble and it was similar to Jay Lethal's Lethal Injection, except he does a front row instead of doing the backflip against the ropes. So it works. It was an awesome match. Now, the Enterprise, Liam Royal and Luke Cullen, took on the team of Michael May and LJ Cleary. Mm-hmm. Very entertaining match, because it was interesting because it had a bit of backstory to it, because the Enterprise, of course, were originally part of LJ Cleary's Cleary Cartel. And they sold a bit this by tearing up the old Cleary Cartel t-shirts in front of LJ and throwing it at him, so. So it was a very entertaining match, some really good spots throughout. But in the end, it was Royal. Royal is towering.
Royalty. That's what he is.
He towers over them, but he uses his strength so well.
He's so good, so good. Both him and Luke are just the perfect tag team. So good. Play the heels perfectly. Sorry as well. Just fantastic. But he wasn't wearing the Speedos this week though.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing his sister's pants as we teased him from last show. But it was Royal who ended up bumping Cleary into May, and he rolled him up for the win. And at the end of the match, then Cleary and May got into a bit of a heated exchange. Then, and they'll be opponents.
Don't forget that those two are facing each other
at Grapple Games. So maybe they're trying their tag team match just to maybe be on the same page, but it didn't work because they got each other pretty quickly after that. So now Be Cool took on Paul Tracy. It was actually a very good match with Paul Tracy getting some heat for a chance of being a giant baby at one stage.
Yeah.
I think someone was chanting, "Where's your pacifier?" at one stage.
Yeah. Paul's just brilliant.
Yeah. But Be Cool's improved so much as well, in all areas because his wrestling, because he's obviously known a lot more as a comic wrestler, but his technique is getting so good lately as well. So.
He can go. Absolutely. Yeah, he can go, no bother.
It was a really impressive finish as well, where Cool won by the Tornado DDT into the Brainbuster, where he went from it's basically everything bar the DDT into a Tornado DDT, and then turned it into a Brainbuster.
Yeah, it was like a spinning Brainbuster.
Is that what you call it?
From the second rope, yeah. An ultimate Brainbuster, maybe?
An ultimate Brainbuster.
We call it an ultimate?
Yeah, okay, we'll call it that Brainbuster. It was a very good match. Now, this was by far the match of the night. More than hype. against Club Rock Shandy for the Irish tag titles.
Yeah.
This was a class match. Terrific showing from both Klong and Martin Steers. Like, Martin Steers, he's still not even 10 matches yet, at least I'm aware of anyway.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so good.
Both of them are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Like,
they came out with the belt that had all the rock shandies in it. Brilliant.
Taking a page of Don Marnell. Like,
Yeah.
instead of a big bag of cans, a big bag of rock shandies.
Big bag of rock shandies.
But no, Klong was always good, but then you have Martin Steers, who's almost near his level now at this stage already,
Yeah.
so I'm amazed by it. Like, so
Obviously, Klong has his. What sort of background is it? Is it
Taekwondo background.
background,
It shows
yeah.
in some of
It
his
shows,
strikes,
yeah.
like, so.
Some of those kicks were vicious.
The spots as well where they're diving off the top rope, like,
Yeah.
you know, like they're so good, they're scary to watch sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
in that sort of way, when you get so high,
Yeah.
and because it's in that environment, like the Shano Casey, as opposed to Tivoli, there's that. Oh, so you fear the worst sometimes, but like, so naturally you're scared. I'm like, oh, I hope he's okay. He gets up straight away.
Exactly.
So-
Because it's just it's the same at the contender shows. Like, when they go outside, sometimes there's just that little bit of silence where you can just hear the, and then you think someone's after
The thing
whacking their head or something
The
like
difference
that.
is, though, for the OTT shows, they have a lot of the crew around the ring.
Exactly.
So they're all there to cushion that, where there's
Yeah.
not as much as that on the Fight Factories. So that's why it's just like that concern as well. So, but in the end, though, it was more than hype who won after their double hook pile driver super kick finisher.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like Klong injured his shoulder there as
Yeah.
well. Saw him around later on. I think it was he had dislocated his shoulder actually.
It was something torn, he told me after the match. But he told it's a shame because after such a fast match,
you could see because when they lifted him up, when Nathan it was Darren lifted him up. You could actually hear him scream out because he couldn't take the pressure on his shoulder, so they had to finish it quickly. Listen, they took care of him during the match, after the match, and he seems to be doing all right.
and he still did like the as sweet as he like 450.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are
Very
sorry.
crisp. Like him, and as we get onto it later, Dimitri, their 450s, they're Dimitri's swantons.
Flawless. Now, after the matches where it got very interesting, Tron and JDP, who are regulars at PWU, attacked Club Rock Shandy after the match and a few members of their crew. Here's Rick Nash on the outside screaming, what's going on, what's going on?
Yeah.
In the end, it was more than hype who came back and tried to fight them back until they eventually retreated. So it's interesting how that'll pan out. So
That's going to be a class match.
That's a very interesting match because like it's two guys who are much bigger. Here you have Tron, who's like 7 foot something.
It's the second time seeing Tron in a ring, and you're still shocked at how massive he is. And JDP is a big guy himself as well, but the thing is, he's just like Tron just towers over him.
He tires over
And
everybody.
then the lads from Morden Hype, they're both being they're like being towered over as well. It's going to be an interesting match. I'd love to see if Taryn can lift either of those two up for the finisher. What do they call the finisher again?
I don't know what they called it actually. So the blade driver, I think they just call it.
The blade driver.
Yeah. Or the double blade driver. I don't know. Oh no, they wouldn't call it that. Just call it blade hurts because it's a super kick and then a pile driver. You know, I'd say a blade driver, but a super kick's involved. So maybe blade that hurts. No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, after the break, then they had. No.
No, I'm not even going to try.
After the break, then they had the 6-person tag involving Debbie Cattell in one corner and Katie Harvey in the other corner. Now, as part of the rules in this match, Debbie and Katie had to draw 2 names off a hat in order to pick their team. So it was Debbie who drew player 1 from the Super Nintendo Bros and John Bernard. So whereas Katie drew a very unusual team of Rocky Mack, who she has a bit of a rivalry with in PWU, and the ever charismatic Dom Talk.
Oh.
By
the way, I do want to make the point.
Okay.
I do hope John Bernard was drug tested after that match, because before he got into the ring, he was clearly seen taking a vial of some sort. I do hope he's not taking performance-enhancing drugs.
I heard that's part of his gimmick, though. where he
No.
it's like how could I describe it? It's like a Frankenstein sort of. It's like a
No, you're not allowed to take performance-enhancing drugs. Right? We have to all be on a level playing field here. Either drugs for no one or drugs for everybody. He didn't bring enough vials for everybody, so that's illegal.
It's probably Lucasades.
That is a foreign substance.
Lucasades.
It's a foreign substance in his body. He's
Lucasades.
not allowed to have it. I hope they gave him a drugs test after that match.
Oh. It could have been just Lucasades. But in all fairness, I like the gimmick. Like, it's like, what's his name? Do you remember Crash Bandicoot 1? What was your, like, do you remember the Crash Bandicoot 1? What was the Dr. Leo Cortex's sidekick?
Oh.
The guy with the...
Chaos?
Chaos.
Was it Chaos?
No. But so Crash Bandicoot 2 onwards, he had that guy with the rocket in his head. But before that, you had a guy who had, like, who looked like Frankenstein in a way. He had that oval head.
Yeah.
Or he took potions and he became a monster. It's a similar gimmick to that, in a way. For the life of me, I can't remember the name.
Let me have a look, see.
But anyway, Dom played some really good, funny antics during this match because, like, he claimed to be like the star of the team and he kept tagging Katie.
Are you sure it wasn't just Dr. Leo Cortex you were just thinking of?
No. It was like a sidekick.
Okay.
In the first game, and but like Dom was like tagging both Rocky and Katie aggressively, and when the other ones were looking for a tag, he was just avoiding it altogether. Some really good wrestling at times, like especially from John and Katie in particular.
Yeah.
And Debbie, I should say, as well. And in the end, it was Debbie who cradled Katie for the win. And here's Dom afterwards being, he cost us the win, blah, 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 blah. Katie gave Dom the well-deserved attack after that match. So it goes to show you. Now, probably one of the most intriguing matches of the night was Jussi against Valkyrie. It was a fast start right from the go, like, because I think at the very start it was Valkyrie who nailed Jussi with like a Insiguri just like that.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how crisp some of her movement is as well. Like even some of her strikes are pinpointed at some stage. Like, you know, you just look at it and thinking, God, who else is doing it better than her right now?
Exactly.
So
probably no one, to be honest.
Yeah. In the end, it was Valkyrie who won by Hurricanrana and then a standing moonsault. And afterwards, Valkyrie then, who's going to be involved in the Grapple Games match coming soon, declared her intention to go for the title and therefore be the first ever female junior heavyweight champion of Ireland. So,
was it Nitrous Brio?
That sounds everything's about.
Yeah, it's Nitrous Brio. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm live. I see it here.
That rings a bell, alright. So he had the doctor's coats as well.
Yeah, and he takes a load of vials and he becomes like a Hulk, like.
Yeah. That was his thing on if you're against him as a boss in Crash Bandicoots, after when he has 3 lives left, he takes the potion and he goes after you all Hulk style. Yeah. So anyway, the fatal 4-way now between Alexander Dean, Sean Guinness, Sammy D, and Dmitry Krakovich. So this was a really good match. It was like the thing about this match is like you have Dean, Guinness, and Sammy D who are very experienced, and here's Krakovic who's experienced in his own right as well. But by God, he was the MVP of this match. Yeah,
it was all about Dmitry.
That corkscrew.
Yeah.
That corkscrew senton.
Corkscrew, the senton, just everything in general. This guy's he's rubles right now.
He's rubles.
He's money. He's rubles.
I like it. He's rubles.
You know.
One of the spots I loved in this match was that Trin pin crossbody where 2 people were down. I think it was he hit the crossbody on Sammy, I think, and both Dean and Maxer were down on the floor. And he cross-bodied over again, and he pinned all 3 of them. Yeah. So I already see that nowadays. So it was a really good fatal 4-way. But after Krakovic hit the corkscrew, it was Sammy D who rolled up Krakovic by grabbing the tights and then therefore winning the match. So a very good match.
Greeted too by a load of hisses as well.
Yeah, what was that all about, by the way?
Because he's a snake.
Oh, was that what that was about?
Yeah.
You know what? Now that you think of it, I used to get that before.
What? Are you a snake?
Apparently back in the day when I was in school, because I pronounced my S's a bit longer than some, I was given all this stuff before. So, and it took me 2 years to figure it out until we went on a trip to the zoo and I had to go with a taller guy for looking like a giraffe, and then we'll go down to this part here where the snakes are. That's your family. I'm like, what are you on about? Oh, you're
Okay.
Snake, aren't you? I'm like, what are you even talking about? And then it dawned on me. Oh, that's why. Really? That's why you're doing that? Jesus, lads, get a life.
Yeah, because he's a snake.
It's a snake.
He's a snake.
It's a snake. Well, for the record, in Chinese years, I'm the year of the snake. So, eat that, lads. Anyway, the final match then was J Money versus Phil Boyd, which is a very good main event. This was to decide the final spots in the Grapple Games match, as it was up for debate due to J Money after video was discovered by Phil Boyd and J Money, where it was actually J Money's whose feet touched the floor in the Battle Royale from episode 4. Really good main event. It's actually, like, you know, we see obviously J Money was actually fantastic at his gimmick. Like, you know, he could wrestle little or no moves and still have a great match.
Yeah.
But he actually had a class match wrestling wise as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And obviously Phil, being the wily veteran that he is, tried to use his small package to get the victory over J Money, but J Money is in that Grapples Games.
He is.
He's going to be the next junior heavyweight champion.
You calling it right now?
No, I can't call it. I'm sorry, it's too close. I really can't call it.
He won it after a super Death Valley driver, or a super running Death Valley driver, which is more impressive.
Yeah.
After the match, it was Sammy D who attacked Money after the match with the other contenders there to defend him. So it was somewhat of a bit of a standoff at the end. So,
Yeah.
which is nice. That's a nice way to end the show there, where they're all confronting each other in the ring, and then, okay, well, I'll see you there, and I'll see you there, and I'll see you
Exactly.
there. So
Exactly.
if it was on TV, it would be perfect. You know, that sort of way. So,
It would get you hyped for the next show.
yeah.
And I think people are hyped for the next show.
On that note now, so there's J Money.
Well, not the next show, the episode 6.
Yeah,
the
like-
next show's in Cabra next week.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's J Money, Michael May, LG Cleary, Sam Doyle, and Valkyrie challenging Jordan Devlin.
Yeah.
Who do you have? It's not easy, isn't it?
I said J Money, but
Valkyrie shouts a good claim.
yeah, I know. I think that is a good claim. But then again, like, Jordan holding on to it is not a bad thing either. LJ's been looking for it since he lost it to Jordan.
That's true. All like Sam Doyle is the first ever.
Michael
junior
May
champion.
is that, like, quiet guy that you know can just come out of nowhere, and he can just get a victory no bother. Don't underestimate him. And then Sammy D, we saw in that Fatal 4-Way that he can just roll up out of nowhere and just get that pin and be the little snake that he is. So it's so tough to call. But if I have to make a guess right now,
All right.
this is more heart than head,
Right.
would be Valkyrie.
That's a good call. I'm gonna go for the former champion being champion again, though. I'm gonna go for LJ.
You're going to go LJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tough call.
I
but-
think, like, if you look at that lineup and if you see any of those people winning it would not be a bad champion going forward.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I have to see what happens. So obviously their next show is happening in Cabra. We'll talk about that in the previews a bit later on. And obviously their Grapple Games coming back in the Big Sean. So a lot to look forward to for Fight G Pro Wrestling.